But
Bro, what can I say? The Sumarai arc is just better than Two Blue Vortex.
The what?
The Sumarai arc. Just the Mitsuki and Sumarai scenes. That's all I watched when I was looking for something. That alone is better than all of Two Blue Vortex. I'm not
Do we
exaggerating.
not like Two Blue Vortex? This is crazy.
Rain, what about Two Blue Vortex
Have you
do you like?
Have you been watching this
character
podcast?
designs?
I've been here for the
Oh,
past
yeah, no, I've
4
been
hours.
listening while I was playing the game. Yeah.
So what about Enogene's design? Is that one of the ones you really like?
No, I mean, in general, of course, there's some that I just don't like, but in general, I like.
I mean, I like a lot of them too. I agree. So what about the story though? Not the
Story?
designs.
The story's very slow, to be honest.
Rain, if you were to describe what you think the story is about, what would you say?
Like, what do you want, a summary or something?
Yeah, just like how would you describe the story? Like, for example, in Naruto, you might say, "Oh, it's about like what it means to be a shinobi, how shinobi endure, something about friendship, blah blah blah."
And how
What would you say
Naruto-
Boruto Two Blue Vortex is about?
Naruto's journey to overcome the world.
Yeah,
I mean,
to become
right.
Hokage, to save his friend, blah blah blah, all those things, to change the ninja world.
Yeah, so we're not looking for a plot synopsis, so we don't want you to say hypothetically like, oh, Naruto went to the land of waves and fought Zabuza and Haku, then he took the tuning exam. That's not what we're looking for.
Whoa, we're 12 chapters in. I don't.
Yeah. So far, for example, 12 chapters into the land of waves, you already have what it means to be a ninja and all that stuff because of Naruto versus Zabuza. It's already in there.
If anything,
Among
you should be
the
thanking us
prologue
that we're
stuff.
asking you 12, which is actually 14 chapters in, because that just means there's less to say. It's gonna be easier to give your full answer.
But not really. Not really. It's not. This
Well,
is
just what do you think the story's about so far? Has the story given you anything? Do you have anything?
Not roboting, you're
Naruto's
doubling.
on his way to mend the relations between him and Kawagi so he can get Naruto while also not trying to see the worst possible future, which is destroying the planet. That's what I've gained so far. Did I miss anything important at least?
Well, you described only plot points.
No, that was
But-
good. I'll admit
what
it.
did you-
I will say everything he said
did
was
you like?
absolutely everything introduced at the end of Boruto, so absolutely nothing new. But it is all there in Two Blue Vortex.
Really, no, that's not true at all. The worst possible.
No, the
future
worst
was
possible
nothing.
future is Two Blue Vortex only.
Kamui, turn off your other microphone. The 20th time I'm saying it.
Hmm?
Oh my god. You
Is
know
he
what?
doing
You know what? Stream, you're gonna have to suffer with it with me. Because I'm not saying it again. So it's just gonna be like that for the rest of the stream. Unless he figures it out himself. Or unless Rayn says it.
I don't know if this is what you're talking about,
Oh, you fixed it. Good job.
Okay.
Okay.
That's weird. I didn't think it worked that way. Guess it works both directions. Good to know.
But actually, Rayn, the worst possible future wasn't named, but it was described exactly as it is. The first time Amado came to the village, if not earlier. Can you think of an earlier scene, Kamui? Did Momoshiki describe it when he first came?
I mean, it was named.
Kaguya.
Well, I mean in Boruto. But
Okay, then Momoshiki.
Momoshiki
the
did
earliest.
describe it? Okay.
His plan in the Momoshiki arc.
Okay.
Well, like, you would have to explain why it's directly related to the current worst possible future, which is
Because it's the
Boruto.
exact same future.
Well, how do you know Momo sees the exact same future? If anything,
No. And Momoshiki's plan was to just plant the divine tree and absorb the planet. That's the worst possible future.
No, that's the conclusion.
Yeah, that is the worst possible future. Just that happening.
The events are like different leading up to said thing.
Yeah, the events leading up to it are different, but the end result is the same. So what's worse about this future versus the other one?
That it can be stopped in a different way.
That makes it worse that it can be
If
stopped
if
differently.
if I press a button, if I press a button and the world gets destroyed, right? It'd be a lot harder for me to stop that compared to me going through a maze in order to press the button. The events are different leading up to it, so
But
it can
that's
be
like
stopped in
the
a different way.
present
But the
rather than the
worst
future.
possible future is just the fact that it gets blown up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been the same worst possible future. All that's changed is the likeliness of it happening. But the future itself is the same one.
Not really. And I don't think Momo ever refers to that, to be honest.
If that's the case,
He was
Rain,
planning on planning a divine tree.
but then we're
Yeah,
already
but
in
he
the worst
doesn't
possible
reference that
future
future.
because we're already at the events leading up to it. We don't need to get to Boruto or Kawaki being fed because the Shinju were born, and that's worse than the Shinju not having been born.
Well, yeah, we've gone down the line of the worst possibilities, but worst possible future, which is Boruto dying and the world gone. We haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, it's the same one as the first arc then.
The first arc?
Yeah, the Momoshiki arc. If Naruto was killed and Momoshiki just won.
Well, not really.
Rain, it doesn't matter how
I don't think
difficult it
Momo
is to
mentions that.
stop the button if the same end result of what comes after is the same. Regardless if it's Momoshiki or Jura, it doesn't matter who is more
Mhm.
difficult to defeat because the Earth is gone. They're not going to be defeated. It doesn't matter how difficult they are to defeat after the Earth has been destroyed.
Well, the reason why I said that is because then you would have to look back at Toneri. He would be the first. Or you could
No,
just
it'd be
look at when
Kaguya.
Ishiki came the first. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ishiki came the very first time. But we didn't mention that. So my point being here is the worst possible future that they are referring to is the one that's happening now because they've already avoided the past worst possible
No,
futures.
we agree. That's what they're referring to. The point is, this worst possible future is no worse than the previous threats.
It's the
Well,
same.
before we didn't know there were different possibilities as of to now, so those wouldn't matter.
Yeah, we did because Neji was wrong, proven in the second arc of the franchise.
Well, they're just going off of his beliefs. He's not necessarily someone who can see possibilities.
Kishimoto
He
narratively
believe
wrote
he believed.
Naruto as correct. You can say
Why?
whatever you want about the
Because
in-universe
he
world
won.
building, but the point of
Yeah,
this
no.
story existing at all, including the world building, would be that Naruto is correct. You can forge your own destiny.
So what is Naruto correct on?
The fact that there
So how
isn't
do you?
one future that's destined to happen.
Yeah, we know that now, but we didn't know that before.
Well, I think we were
Well, we
supposed to know that before, because Kashin Koji sort of makes fun of anyone who doesn't say that, considering he starts with, "You should already know this, considering it's obvious, but the future isn't one straight path."
Yeah,
So he's basically
but
calling
we did
anyone who
know that.
thought that an idiot.
Yeah, in series, in series, out of series, that wouldn't apply.
Well, why would Boruto know this in series? Why would this be obvious?
yeah, he didn't watch Naruto versus Neji.
Well, Naruto versus Neji doesn't say anything about possibilities. What's going on here?
Okay.
Wait, I'm lost. Where's the real? Because now we're dragging it. I'm lost. What the real problem is here. I'm lost.
The worst possible future is the same. Boruto or Kawaki get fed to the Tin Tails, it makes a fruit, the earth is devoured, Bada bang, bada boom.
Okay, but why does that make what I said just invalid?
It doesn't matter who does it. The point is that it's done. The worst possible future isn't Jura or
No, my
Momoshiki or
initial
Ishiki or Code or Kawaki. It's the fact that one of them is fed to the Ten Tails, and then the Ten Tails devours the Earth.
summary. What's the problem with it?
No,
I'm confused on
I
where
don't
we
have a
got
So
to.
Oodie's
problem.
point is that that wasn't a two blue vortex. What he's saying is that the worst possible future is Divine Tree devours planet, world ends. That's not a two blue vortex original concept. That's a concept that's been repeated in every other arc of Boruto Part 1, is what he's saying.
So it's not that I don't have a problem with it. It's just nothing new. That's like if your answer was Boruto 2 Blue Vortex is about ninjas enduring. Okay, well, you can say the same thing about Boruto. You can say the same thing about Naruto since the very beginning. So what's the point of 2 Blue Vortex existing as its own unique original series, expanding off of Boruto? The reason Boruto exists is because it's doing new things.
I think the problem here is you're taking like a vague series of events and saying because it isn't something new. I mean, it's a bad thing. I don't.
But I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah, the planet being well. That's when I asked what the problem was. That's exactly what you just said.
I said
I
that it's not
imagined
a
it was.
problem. I said that I don't have a problem with your answer.
Wait, so where's the?
Okay, Rayn,
Wait,
to
are you trying to wait? So
re-answer,
what's your point in saying it's not a new concept? What's your point in saying that?
you're asking the question, which is the answer. The point is
That it's
that
not a
it's
new
not a new
concept.
concept. The point is
Okay.
coming based off
Is
of
there a reason
your
you're saying that?
answer to the question.
Is there a
So
point you
that is
saying
my
that?
elaboration. So the point is to say that Boruto 2 Blue Vortex is doing nothing new. Or it's done nothing new so far, aka there's no new story. So 2 Blue Vortex doesn't have
There's no
a
new
story.
story.
Yeah,
There's no new story.
yes.
Do you guys believe
In
it?
terms of
I
your
don't want to
answer, yes.
argue against that. That's
In
just
terms
my
of
Note
your
that
answer.
answer,
he's
yes.
making a distinction between plot and story when he says that.
Okay. Is the plot not directly correlated with the story? Or am I just lost?
It's correlated, but the plot's meant to is what you. The plot is the plot is the vehicle in which you tell the story. If that makes sense.
Vehicle.
I could not say words properly there.
You're good. I thought it was funny. Not that it was bad.
Oh, the reason. Okay, so yeah, we're 12 chapters in. I don't think we have enough to give like a proper summary of the story, like you can with Naruto.
So, like, let me give you an example. Because I disagree with that, because we had a whole arc plus a prologue. So, in Land of Waves, the just first arc of Naruto, you have plenty that you can say about it. There's also 14 chapters. These are like 2.5 chapters long, weekly wise. So, that's like 35 chapters. Okay, that you're already in the tuning exams in Naruto. You've already told the Land of Waves. So, what's Land of Waves? Okay, well, what's the plot? They're on a mission to protect a bridge builder, and a hired assassin comes to kill bridge builder. That's the plot of the Land of Waves. But what's the story? It's about what it means to be a ninja. The whole ninja are tools concept versus ninja are humans concept, among other things. So that's the example to the Two Blue Vortex. Like, well, what's the plot? Plot is Divine Tree's awakened, they attack the village, they fight them off, and they leave. Okay? So now the question is, what is the story? The counter, the Boruto version of me saying what it means to be a ninja and all that stuff for Land of Waves. If that makes sense.
In 2 Blue Vortex, page-wise, we would be around where Sasuke awakens his curse mark in the Forest of Death to fight Dosu and Zaku. This is after the Orochimaru fight in the Forest of Death. In the Chunin Death. Stage
Right.
2.
Right. Page-wise.
Yes. So this is where we are at in terms of from Naruto to Do Blue Vortex. 56 chapters in.
Yeah. I was said the story is very slow.
In fact,
It's
let's
just
just
how they do
say
it this month and shit.
Naruto had a lot of extra pages earlier on, so instead of 4 chapters, go to 50. It's
Just go
still
back to
Force of
wherever
Death.
Predator 47. Just get to the Orochimaru fight.
Sure, yeah. So to the Orochimaru fight. Either way, it's Forest of Death, past the first stage of the Chunin exams. Even in the first stage of the Chunin exams, if you're really, really stretching it, but I really don't think you need to, so. Does it say how many pages? No, that's okay.
How did he?
But anyways. So yeah.
So,
Well, an
in the
author,
way
the
that I
reason
did,
they
how would you
create
summarize the
arcs.
Boruto story then?
I'm sorry.
In the way that I did, how would you summarize the story, Boruto?
Well, we'll get to that. Real quick, the reason
That's
that
the problem.
authors create arcs in the first place is because they have more to say based on the world they've created. Otherwise, Kishimoto would have
What?
gone from the Land of Waves to the Naruto versus Sasuke finale fight. He's got nothing else to say in
What?
between. Or if you just want to say, like, he just had every arc except for the Hidan and Kakuzu arc, let's just say, the Akatsuki suppression. He thought of the Akatsuki suppression. Really, he thought of things he wanted to say, and then he made the Akatsuki suppression around that arc. In fact, let's just say he had the Capture the Five Tails arc. That was a manga planned arc, but he didn't have anything to say about it. Or rather, it'd be the other way around. He didn't have anything to say, so he didn't think of the Capture the Five Tails arc, and so we never got in the manga. And so it's just not included. That's why we have exactly 700 chapters. No more, no less.
Pretty sure back then at that time, arcs were an anime thing. Manga didn't directly give like arcs or like
So,
especially the names. That was an anime thing.
regardless
Sure.
of the
Could be wrong.
official title of the arc, would you draw a distinction between when Naruto is on his Land of Wave mission and when Naruto is a combatant within the tuning exams?
Well, I think you're confused on what I'm arguing against. I was just like disagreeing with what you said. I was just saying that saying Ikimoto or Kishimoto is like making arcs or doing something like that. It's just not what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I do think there is a difference.
I think it's fine to say he maybe didn't have the entirety of an arc planned out going into it. Of course, I don't think that would be the case
Yeah.
for most arcs, but I think I think he conceptualized an arc in the first place because he had an idea of where he wanted the story to go in terms of what he wanted to convey to the readers in terms of messages. And that's why he included the tuning exam. Other than editor shenanigans making him, that's why he didn't just cut directly to Itachi invading the village and Hiruzen dying and the funeral of old age, whatever.
And you think Boruto hasn't done that?
Well, Kamui, did you want to give your answer first?
You can go first. I'm trying to minimize my talking. I've already feel overly strained.
Fair enough. So I would say so far the story of Two Blue Vortex is about forging your own path, and through doing so, we see examples of this, the medium of which being themes such as identity. And I think themes in the future are going to be based around what you would need to forge your own path. So if this one's about identity, maybe the next one is about the willingness to take a step forward to actually do something, etc., etc. Um, or the emotions to do it, if they could go through love for that, etc., etc. Uh, and the vehicle, I'm saying vehicle because Kamui did. The medium of which they're doing that would be through omnipotence. That's the conflict that drives the story forward. The reason the story needs to exist, because these are reluctant things that are in the story. These characters don't want to have to grow and change in order to do this in the first place. Do it because they have to. With that being said, obviously, like I was saying, this first arc is about identity, and through which we have Jura and the rest of Shinju, and they're combating against the Leaf Village, which would be Boruto, Sarada, Kawaki, and everyone else there. And yeah, that sounds like plot, but the point is the identity shenanigans. To keep it brief, we have Kashin Koji being the antithesis to the Shinju, and we'll see where that goes from there. And then we also have the Kawaki Boruto fight of omnipotence, which is also about identity, and we'll also see where that goes. And that's where I think the story's at so far, if there even is one. Kurama Himori
I'm
is
struggling to see. I'm struggling to see where the dislike for this comes in.
the dislike for what in particular?
Boruto.
Two Blue Vortex, you mean?
Yeah.
It's in the execution.
Okay. So, are we specifically taking Two Blue Vortex and like disconnecting it from like part one of
Well,
Well,
Boruto?
we didn't do
we
it.
did it. Yeah,
The producers did.
exactly.
I don't think making a part two is necessarily a bad thing.
They made it a separate series. It is a separate entry. Like, you can search Naruto and Boruto, Naruto Next Generations will show up, and Two Blue Vortex will not, because it has a different title, different everything.
If you don't think it's a bad thing, then why did you bring it up? We didn't bring it up. You did.
Hmm?
What was the point of bringing it up?
I don't think because it's like under a different brand, it makes it like, and I think there was like different reasons for why they rebranded, but I don't
Yeah, they
think there
wanted
was
it to
a
be
different
money
series.
profitable.
I don't think it was like a different series entirely.
It is. It like it's
obviously
not, but it is.
it's obviously
is.
stemming off of like part one.
Yeah, it continued. That's the problem. Is they tried to go in the middle. They made a separate series and tried to pretend it was just continuing the next chapter of the previous series.
No,
You,
but
you got to pick one or the other.
it's not a separate series though. It's just a
It is
So, Rayn, let me
just a
ask
the
you.
same way that
continuation.
Boruto is a separate series from Naruto.
Rayn, let me ask you something.
Officially, it is a separate series.
Rayn, let me ask you something really quick. So let's just say I
Right.
applied to Shueisha and I got the job, and it's like 2018. And so Ikimoto just isn't working on Two Blue Vortex yet. And so I'm making False Perfections, my series, right? But I'm working for Shueisha. So I'm not allowed to call it False Perfections. I have to call it Boruto Two Blue Vortex now. And my main character, Michael, his name is Boruto now. And the design I had for him, he just has the time skip Boruto design, etc., etc. 1,000 changes later. So is my series the continuation of the Naruto Next Generations manga.
I'm gonna be honest. That long ass analogy, I zoned out. To be honest.
I'll take that as a no.
Yeah, I just zoned out. But no, it depends. It depends what you're saying. Like a different series means.
Well, okay, let's put it
Like at
this
the end
way.
of the day, at the end of the day, it's a continuation
Well, but
of
wait.
part one.
Let's say, do you consider Boruto a continuation of Naruto?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say, I'll do this analogy. Let's say Kishimoto is writing Samurai 8. Shueisha doesn't like that. So Samurai 8's title is changed to Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. Samurai 8's main character is changed to Boruto, etc., etc. But Kishimoto gets to tell his Samurai 8 story in the Naruto universe under the Naruto IP.
Is that what happens here?
I think that's what Ikimoto's doing, yeah.
Boruto wasn't a separate series before Naruto ended.
It is a separate series. It's part of the same franchise, but it's a different manga
No.
series.
You
Like
didn't
the
hear what I said, though. You
serialization,
didn't.
like
Hold
this is
on.
where the
Hold
word
on.
comes from. The
Kamui.
serialization of the manga
Kamui,
is the
He can't hear
Boruto
you,
Naruto
Rayn.
Next
He's
Generation
talking.
serialization,
I've
which
been
came
over
to an
this all
end,
night.
where the beginning of the Boruto 2 Blue Vortex serialization began 3 months
Sorry,
later.
Rayn.
They are
Kamui.
different serializations, aka different series.
Kamui.
Same
Kamui.
franchise, different
Kamui.
Nice
series.
try, Rayn.
Kamui. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know, Kamui. You just said that for no reason. You just like that wasn't the part that I
He
wanted
does
you
that a
to
lot.
speak on what I said. I was referring to what U said. You should like talked about the last part of my sentence.
He does that
I
a lot.
said I said Boruto wasn't a separate series before the ending of Naruto because U's trying to say there was two series and one got changed and just started talking about the other one. And I'm saying Boruto wasn't a separate series before Naruto. I think it's a separate series now after Naruto ended, but it wasn't before.
Didn't
I wasn't
exist before.
at my point exactly, which is why
Samurai
what
8
U
didn't
said just
exist
didn't make sense to
before
me.
Naruto.
But you said Boruto.
Yes.
You said he started talking about Boruto. You said he changed the main character, which isn't what happened in TV. You have the same main character.
The point of this analogy is I think Ikimoto wants to tell his own series, but because of Shueisha wanting money, he's forced to within the bounds of the Naruto universe.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's forced to. He may have just wanted to, but either
That's
way,
fine
he's
for
telling his
popularity,
own Ikimoto story in the Naruto
because it
universe.
doesn't feel like a Naruto story. My point of the analogy
I mean,
was
I
if
guess so.
Kishimoto was making his own Samurai 8 story, but he was just publishing it as a continuation of Naruto.
So I think currently you kind of have to drip. You're not talking about the ninja stuff, are you?
I don't know what you mean. I'm talking about
When you said it
Ikimoto
doesn't
with
feel
Super
like a,
Vortex.
you said it doesn't. One of you said it doesn't feel like a Naruto story
I did
or
say
something
that.
like that. What do you mean?
Well, how do Naruto stories feel? Doesn't feel like that.
Well, I didn't feel the difference. I'm gonna be honest. The only
The
thing that was different
execution
is
would be the main reason why.
the
Actually,
execution.
I did go over this with Mello because this was something that Mello couldn't quite put his words to, but he could feel it. And so I did a whole thing with him on that. I'll have to link you that afterwards because it's too long to go over now. But yeah,
Yeah, well, I personally don't feel it. Maybe I haven't seen Naruto in a minute, but I personally don't know what you're talking about.
and that's okay. I'll just link you it. Plus, it's late, so I don't want to stay on this forever.
Yeah.
um,
So
any more thoughts, Rin?
Is it that we just don't like the execution of Boruto? That's the main problem.
Well, let me ask you this, Rain. Were you happy with what Ibiki did in this chapter?
The I don't necessarily have great feelings for it.
Did
No,
it feel like the Ibiki from Naruto to you?
I'll be honest, I don't remember that nigga. So
Well,
Well,
neither does Ikimoto, so you're not alone.
yeah.
they
I
can't.
guess you two have a lot in common.
I mean,
But
it was
Rain,
a long time ago. I know.
you were excited when you first found out that Ibiki was in the interrogation room, correct?
Excited isn't necessarily the word I would use.
Of all people it could have
Okay,
been,
well, let me ask you
you were
this, Rain.
satisfied it was him.
Were you excited when Sakura ignored her daughter in danger at the hands of allegedly Sasuke Uchiha?
When did that happen?
Oh, the entirety of this arc.
She ignored her daughter in danger for the.
Well, I mean, Shikamaru did ask for all hands on deck. Sakura didn't even try to go.
Well, how do
Sakura
you know
has
that?
hands. She's on deck.
I mean, can you point to anything in the manga indicating she went there? Or
I can
among
say
anyone else for that
I
matter?
can say the exact same for what you just said, Kamui. You have
Oh
nothing
yeah, I
indicating
can
she
indicate
didn't try to go.
because she didn't. She went across
Well,
the
that's
country
what's
in Naruto Gaiden in the blink of an eye.
okay. Well, you realize what soccer is, right?
Yeah, a very fast ninja who cares about her daughter and will leave the hospital when her daughter's in danger. Like in Naruto Gaiden.
Wait. At the point in time Shikamaru asked for all hands on deck, is her daughter in danger? To the
She was
point where
about to
she
be.
needs to save her?
Oh, okay, so
I
wait,
mean,
all right,
yeah,
I'm sorry, okay, I'm
that's
sorry,
the
sorry.
point.
So Sakura canonically just doesn't care about Himawari or Shikamaru's orders then.
Or Shikamaru's orders doesn't encompass someone who's a doctor.
You mean the
Oh,
strongest ninja in the
I
village?
was about to say that word for word.
Whoa,
In fact, the strongest ninja in
she's
the
the
village who
strongest ninja in the
abides by
village.
Tsunade's Byakugo Seal 5 rules, who allows herself to fight. It might be 3 rules. Do you remember? Is it just 3? I think it's 3.
Okay.
Whatever, yeah, she abides by those rules. In fact, Sakura doesn't even care if she uses the Byakugo seal. She's just gonna fight anyway.
Well, throughout Boruto entirely, even if you want to call it different series, we've seen Sakura hasn't been fighting. So
Yeah,
it's
I
weird
know
you just said it.
that's the problem.
Okay, but that's not a two blue vortex problem.
Yeah, it's all of Boruto.
That's
I
just
agree.
that's a
Hey, Rain.
Kishimoto problem.
Hey,
No,
Rain.
no, it's not
Neglecting side
Kishimoto because
characters.
Kishimoto involved her in Naruto Gaiden. That's an Ikimoto
Hold on.
problem.
That's because she was a main cast character at that point in time. Kishimoto starts to neglect his side characters in both Naruto and Boruto.
Hey, you said it,
Once
not
she
me.
became a side
But at least
character,
you wrote him out of the story when he did that.
no, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He never wrote Neji out the story. Well, until he died, which was. But
There's a
before
difference
that,
between killing a character off and writing him out of the
well,
story. Neji's very simple.
that's why
Neji
I took
doesn't.
it
No,
back.
no, no. Let me explain. This is a problem, but still, Neji doesn't go on the Itachi pursuit mission. Therefore, Neji was written out of the arc. So on and so forth. For every arc, he's not there. He's not on the mission, or he's on a mission out of the village when the problem is in the village. That's writing Neji out of the story.
We have a completely different definition of what that means.
What's your definition?
Just not having a character appear for me is just not writing them out the story. They're just not there.
Well, no, there's a difference because in the case of Neji, for example, if they go away from the village without Neji, we have all the reason to understand why Neji isn't there. But if Neji is in the village when pain invades, and we just don't see him do anything, we're left wondering, what was Neji doing? That's the old gen in Boruto. They're always in the village, as far as we're led to believe, and they're just not doing anything. Shikamaru's sending Nishi and 2 nameless fodder Jonin, one of which just ditches in one panel, instead of sending Rock Lee and all the other old gen ninja. First, the world's strongest ninja, Sasuke, as far as everyone else is aware.
Mm-hmm.
He sent the weakest team possible. Nishi. Nishi was on that team, Rayn.
I'm surprised you know these people's names.
Of course I know their names.
You don't even remember Ibiki. I think we're the valid ones here.
They're importantly making me angry.
I don't remember exactly what he's talking about, I'm gonna be honest.
There you go. So
I think that's all the more reason why you shouldn't send Nishi on this mission. You don't even know who he is. Why are we sending nameless fodder instead of people that we recognize? You want Hidari to look strong? Have him beat up Rock Lee, Kiba, and Choji. Don't have him beat up the nameless fodder that is fucking, I don't know, academy level.
Have you considered that some of these people just aren't ninjas anymore?
It doesn't matter whether you use the term written out or just not there. Look at the pain arc. Regardless of which term you use, who do we not know where they are or aren't?
Well, no, the reason why written out is different for me is, like I'd say Konohamaru was written out of the anime in Boruto. I wouldn't say Rock Lee got written out of Shippuden. He just became a significantly worse side character.
We're not saying written out of so we're talking about when I say written out of the story, it's written out of the arc. So Rock Lee is written out of the pain arc by putting him on a mission away from the arc. Really, it's Guy who was the important character there, but it's the whole team. They were written out of the pain arc by having them be in a mission away. Kakashi was written out of the Tenchi Bridge arc because he was in the hospital and couldn't go on the mission. Kakashi's written out of the Sasuke retrieval arc because Tsunade says at the beginning of the arc, hey, all the Jonin or these near the beginning of the arc, before the mission, all the Jonin are on S-rank missions away from the village. Shikamaru, it's only you and the Genin left. Go pick out 5. That's why Kakashi's not there. You know why the characters aren't there. Nobody knows why every member of the old gen has never shown up in any invasion of Konoha so far.
No, it's not directly stated, but there's clear indications why.
Oh yeah, why were they not there in the Ishiki arc when they were there in the anime? Where were they in the manga? Since it's so clear.
I'll get that. Talking about the separate continuity.
Okay, so it is a separate continuity.
In the manga, no, regardless of the anime, where was Rock Lee and the others in the Ishiki arc, or the Code invasion, or the Shinju invasion? Where were they?
Hold on.
But it's clear. What do you mean, hold on?
They haven't retired, Rayn.
No, because I was looking for something for the thing I said earlier.
They're all active ninja. They're not retired. They're only like 33, by the way. They're Kakashi's age in Shippuden.
You know that?
Yes,
we see them as ninja.
You can't compare it to Shippuden because Shippuden is in an era of war times, like consistent fighting and
either way, we see them as ninja, and there's never a mention that anyone's retired.
Where there isn't any mention that they're still going either. Or we can still
in the Momoshiki arc, at least they're all ninja.
Wow.
Rayn, even if they are retired,
they have the headbands on and fight.
Even if they are retired, that just means they're not being sent on missions from the Hokage for economic gain for themselves and the village. If the village is being attacked, they're still going to defend themselves and civilians.
That's a good point. Yeah, they would just be in the village because they're not on missions.
If the world is in danger, they're gonna protect their world. Doesn't matter if they're retired or not.
They're not the first line of defense, is my point.
Oh, but Nishi is?
Well, an active ninja is going to go before someone who isn't a ninja. Yes. What are you talking about? I don't know who Nishi is. I don't know who you're saying.
Exactly. You don't even know who he is. You know who he is, actually? He's the fodder-ass guy who thought that Himawari's face was a curse. He's the guy who lost track of Boruto in the Code arc. Boruto and Kawaki. He's always he's the jobber ninja who just never returned from his mission that Shikamaru sent him on, and Shikamaru was left wondering what happened to Nishi. We never got that addressed, by the way. He's literally a joke character. He's a gag. He's also a former worker at Ishiraku Ramen Shop.
I feel like that's
In the Naruto manga, that's actually his appearance.
right.
But he's a joke.
see-
Guess what? He was a joke character in that chapter too. He's literally a joke character. They're sending a joke character on the most important missions of the world over, the guy with the 8 gates. The guy who can power himself up to take on like Jubidara level threats. They're sending Nishi over him.
Wait, what is the most important mission of the world? What is that?
I mean, their village is getting
I still don't
destroyed.
know. I still don't
Wasn't
know
it supposed to be the fall of Konoha?
when I don't know. I don't know when you're talking about. There's multiple points in time that could be referring to. I just said that earlier. I still don't know. What you're
All
talking
of the invasions that are all of them.
about. Wait, he showed up
Ishiki,
in
for
all of them?
example.
Ishiki just popped up.
And you know who went up to stop him?
Naruto.
Well, also a couple of fodder Jonin talked to him, but nobody tried to do anything.
Or maybe because they didn't know he was gonna pop up.
It was
So he just
announced.
there. It was announced.
Yeah, they were
well,
preparing for it. They literally were trying to evacuate some people because they knew it was coming.
You know
Okay,
what?
good.
I just realized something. You know Kakashi's
change
retired in the
this point?
Boruto era, and he's defending his village. He's still going out on missions despite being retired. That's not even filler.
Is that? I'm guessing that's an anime thing.
No, that's the Mirai manga and Mirai novel. Him defending his village from
Oh.
Kashin Koji, that is canon.
You sure that's not because Kakashi just doesn't have separate responsibilities or family or anything? Like we obviously know Sakura's a doctor.
You said
Raku's like a
Kakashi's
proctor for
family.
exams.
So Kakashi's family is the reason that Kakashi, the retired ninja, is gonna fight in active combat. But we're not giving that to Sakura?
Well, Oodie, I think you just misunderstood what I said.
Okay, go for
I
it.
said he doesn't have a family. I said he doesn't have separate responsibilities such as
Oh,
Sakura.
yeah.
He's a
God
doctor.
forbid if Sakura dies in the line of combat protecting Sarada. What will Sarada do?
Well,
without her
again,
mother.
we haven't given me an example of Sarada being in such severe danger that we need Sakura to step up.
I don't know, bro. She was looking pretty pinned down by Hidari in chapter 11 or whatever it was before Boruto showed up. Maybe if Sakura's there, Sarada wouldn't have even almost get devoured.
Oh, so who was there that could have notified Sakura, or would even wanted to notify?
The
Shikamaru, who
sensory
said
team that
all
was
hands on
notifying
deck.
the entire village.
The sensory team is just gonna be like, "Oh, Sakura, your daughter's in danger."
And she's gonna
No, there's other
blitz
people
over
they would
there and
notify
take him
first.
out.
Bro, she doesn't have to
You
say,
think-
oh, Sakura. Just say, oh no, Sakura's in danger. And then Sakura's gonna run over there, just like she did in Naruto Gaiden, which she just heard that Sakura went after Sasuke. She wasn't even necessarily in danger, and she went over there.
The very fact that Walky didn't get there before her, I don't imagine Sakura would get there before Kawaki.
Walky was standing there watching Jura before he ran over there.
Are you talking about the Hidari's? Oh, my bad. I thought you was talking about the initial.
Chapter 11 is so in chapter 11, Kawaki was flying towards Jura, so
Right.
he's not flying towards Sarada.
Kawaki doesn't care about Hidari. He's
Yeah,
only
that too.
caring
He also
about
just
Himawari.
yeah. He doesn't care about Sarada. Bro tried to kill Sarada himself. You really think he's worried about Sarada dying?
Yeah, no, I was talking about never mind. I was talking about when I said that I was talking about them calling someone for assistance, and I think it would be Kawaki before Sakura, and he was on his way there from what I knew. But he
I
got
mean, I think they would
intercepted.
just say
And I
like,
was talking
"Help!
about the initial
Hey,
interaction.
Sarada's in danger too."
I was
They're
talking
going
about
after
the initial,
Sarada.
like the chapter one sequence. That's what I was talking about. But we were talking about the Hidari one. But in the Hidari one, it's a little different because at that point in time, there's still just wait. Am I tweaking?
Hmm?
Wait, didn't this all happen in a day? No, because I'm thinking of something that I don't think happened in
Well, I
that
mean,
one.
even still, Rain, all hands on deck means more than just Team Konohamaru and Kawaki. You do realize that. Surely there's more hands in the village.
What happened to the
Um,
100,000 shinobi from the Fourth Great Ninja War?
I don't think I have to explain why. What he just said is weird.
I mean,
Clarity.
all I'm asking for is like one more team at least. Like, I mean, it's funny, but I mean, in all honesty, Shikamaru asked for all hands on deck to support Team 10. And Rain, I'm not exaggerating. I checked before I set this in a video. Not one single team, not one single person went after Team 10 after that was said.
Hmm.
You talking about when they
That's
flew
pretty
out of the
bad.
village?
Yes, and Shikamaru said the sensory unit could still track them. And he said, all hands on deck support Team 10 to go after them. There's not a single panel of any hands going after Team 10. Nobody cared.
Sad.
Only Kawaki cared for Himawari.
That's
No other
sad.
person in this village was bothered to look. There's not even a shot of them saying, where could they possibly be? I can't find them. No, there's just not a single panel of another ninja helping in this invasion.
So I'm guessing your problem is that it wasn't like there's anything shown. You're saying that it just didn't happen. I don't think you can say that.
But
If
then
your
that's
problem
just
is
the
that
end
it
of the
wasn't
story
shown,
for the
it's
audience.
fine. Why is it the end of the story? Because some ninja
Because,
weren't shown
okay,
going towards.
hypothetically, Rain, that's the final panel of the entire Boruto franchise. The manga ends
What?
at there. That's the final panel. But then Ikimoto comes out with a press release statement. It's okay, guys. The universe continues on. You know it happens. You don't need to see it.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the finale. Is that satisfying?
What? Yeah, under that hypothetical. Uh, no, but why does that
Because
have
that's
anything to
the end
do
of
with it
this
now?
plot thread. We didn't get to see anything else from this
Well,
plot
that's
thread.
well that well if you think the entire Boruto story holds the same amount of weight as some shinobi going towards Himawari and Team 10, that's fine. But I don't think it does. And I think it's an overstatement to call it a plot thread or whatever you said.
Then why
Like
did
you
they
can
even
easily just
include
say,
the
"Oh, he said
Shikamaru
that."
panel at all?
Dumb. I still don't know what panel you're talking about. I haven't seen it.
Shikamaru's. Let me just see exactly what it was. It's chapter
Because
10, beginning of
remember,
chapter 10, I'm
remember,
pretty
this
sure.
isn't just an in-universe thing. This is an author writing a series for the audience. This panel was written for us to see it. Not so it can happen in universe, so we can see it. Why did we need to see that panel?
Also, this is what he says. Because Konohamaru says, "Oh, I'm here. I don't see Team 10." And Shiramo says it's unclear why, but the duo's target is Himawari. So everyone knows Himawari's the target. All hands support Team 10. The sensory unit will share their location. So the sensory team tells the village where they are. So that's not an issue. Shikamaru asked for all hands to support Team 10. So that applies to, well, technically speaking, everyone. And they know where to go. Team 10 and Himawari. They know why invaders are attacking Himawari. So anyone who just... I'm just sorry, but this makes it seem like all the old Shin just doesn't care about Himawari and Team 10. Like, Choji doesn't care about Chocho based off how it's presented.
So if you think when Shikamaru says all hands on deck, he's referring to literally everyone, we have a...
I think he's at least referring to more people than Zero.
Okay, and I think he's referring to the active shinobi.
I disagree. Otherwise, he would say all
I'm
shinobi.
sorry, Rayn. That includes people like Rock Lee, Kiba, Choji, Sakura. They're not retired.
But even if they were, again, all hands aren't referring to active shinobi. It's referring to people capable of making a difference. People that are able to make change in the current active conflict. That's what a hand is in reference to, in general.
Honestly, Rayn, I don't care how retired Choji is. Retired as Choji should be going after his daughter when his daughter's in danger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know, if that's what you think it means, then Kawaki should definitely be the only one going, because he's the only one that could possibly stand a chance against the current threat. No one else could. Unless you want to say Himawari herself, which was there. Choji's not making a difference at all.
Well, they don't know that. They don't know who Strong Jura is.
And even then, why did Naruto and Sasuke go against Ishiki?
Hold on. Mind you, this is... Hold on. Kamui, what are you talking about? This is after Kawaki got one-shotted. What do you mean? We know how strong he is.
Yeah, we do. Not the villagers. Sakura doesn't know Kawaki got one shot. Nobody told her that.
Wait. You're still talking about the central unit? Those are the people I'm referring to. They know he got one tap. Jura and Hidari walked in the village and killed like 10 people. What do you mean?
Yeah, he killed 10 fodder villager. I mean, I don't care, honestly, Rayn, honestly, I don't even care about the make a difference point. Whether Choji can make a difference or not, unless he's a deadbeat father like Kawaki's dad, he would be going after Chocho. Regardless if he's retired, regardless of how weak he is, he's not just ditching his daughter.
The reason why I spoke on Kakashi's responsibilities is you do not even know if Choji is in the village.
That's the problem.
Why is that a problem?
We should know.
Why do you... First of all, a character that is completely irrelevant to the story this far, why do you need his exact location at any point in time?
More than one reason. One, it raises the tension because we know that strong old gen ninja like Choji, Kiba, Rock Lee, and all them are gone, which makes it more dangerous for our main characters like Chocho, Sarada, Inojin, all them. Two, so it makes sense because if we don't, as far as we would be led to believe, Choji would be in the village under normal circumstances. Because of that, that's your default guess. He's probably in the village. So if you don't see him, you're left wondering, why isn't he in the village? Why isn't he protecting his daughter? To assume he's on a mission is just headcanon. The story should give you that answer.
That's not what I was talking about. But on the initial point, that's fine if you think there's tension in saying that these characters aren't here so you don't rely on them. Me personally, that was zapped out in like chapter 7 when they specifically said that there were a certain set of characters that were this strong and the other characters just weren't there. So I don't rely on them.
Well, Choji doesn't have to be as strong as the 5 Kage. The point is he's strong.
Strong enough to do what though?
Stronger than Chocho?
Who are you comparing his strength to though when you say strong?
Team 10. I think Shikamaru, Ino, and Choji are stronger than Shikanai, Chocho, and Inojin.
We don't need Choji to come in and fodderize one-shot Hidari. The point is that we know at any point he can, and in this case, should show up. In the same way, in the Code Arc, we were anticipating Sasuke to show up at any moment in the forest to make a difference. Not to win the fight instantly, but to make a change in the story or direction.
Wait, my bad. I missed what you said about Sasuke. You said you was waiting for him to do what? Show up where?
In the code arc,
Bad.
in the
I was
forest,
playing again.
you know?
In the code arc in the forest.
Yeah, at night.
What the hell is he talking about?
When Sage Mode Naruto goes to confront Code, and Kawaki reawakens as Karmazu.
Okay. Wait, what are you trying to use that to say?
At any moment, we were expecting Sasuke to show up.
Right.
So Sasuke's gonna come in
Oh,
at
so
some moment where the good guys need it. He's gonna save the day so they're out of peril whenever that happens. And because they can play that card at literally any moment, until they play that card, we know in the back of our mind that they can and likely will, and so there's no point to have the tension. Unless they introduce other conflict or stakes, such as Sasuke's on his way, but he can't be here for another X amount of time. And now we know until he gets there that something can happen. We have a reference for that. If he can just come in at any point to do whatever, then I don't care.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, I think the problem is we're relying on these old characters to do something.
Sasuke isn't an old character. He's a protagonist in the Naruto
That's
Next
not.
Generation
That's
series, which is the code
that's
arc.
not. I thought I thought you were just what? I thought you were just using that as an example. We got a confirmed reason on why he didn't show up. Why are you
We
bringing
got
that
that
up?
after the
I thought you were just
forest.
using that example.
Yeah. Going into the
Yeah.
forest, the last thing we heard about Sasuke is that he's tracking code in the village and he has an idea of where he is that the other ninja don't understand. That was the last thing we heard.
Okay, cool. So I'm like, wait. First of all, when I said that, I was not talking about Sasuke. I thought you
I
just bring
brought
that up
up
as
the
an example. I
example.
wasn't talking about Sasuke.
Yes, I brought up the
Sasuke is a
example.
very relevant character.
Okay.
Why?
You want to talk about relevancy? Choji is entirely relevant to this conflict. One of the themes of the Boruto series is parent and child. This was the first theme introduced in Boruto, this franchise, in Naruto
So
Gaiden, nonetheless. And Choji is the B story to this.
hold
Choji and Chocho,
on, Ood.
their relationship is
Hold on, Ood.
established in the very first Boruto thing
Hold
we've
on,
ever
Ood.
seen. Outside of Naruto Chapter
Hold on,
700.
Ood. Hold on, Ood.
Wasn't about parent and child.
That's not current. But even if you want to say that, that parent-child only applied to the relevant characters. And at that point in time, Chocho definitely wasn't one of them.
Okay, at this
So as
point in
of right
time,
now, you can't apply that same situation.
when Team 10 is in peril, Chocho is relevant. When Chocho's relevant, Choji's relevant. You know when Shikamaru became relevant?
No,
The moment
alright,
Shikadai had a
that's not the
bomb
case.
wrapped around his neck. You know when Ino became relevant?
Well,
The moment Ino-Gene almost died.
no, that's not how that works. Just because there's a thing that's established in the earlier part of the series that you can't say as active now, you cannot now use that to say Cho is relevant because of one scene, which makes her father now
Okay, then what about Sakura and Sarada and Sasuke? You know, I think Sasuke and Sarada are relevant, and Sakura is obviously related to them.
She's relevant because she has relations to these characters. I don't understand where that come from.
So you don't think Sakura should have any important, thoughts at least about
Or thoughts?
anything?
Are you serious?
The relation to the
You want
series
to see
is the
her
point.
thoughts?
It's the theme. Their relation is the theme.
No, it's not.
What's
No,
the
it's not.
theme?
Explain to me right now why right now her relations is the theme right now.
Parent and child is the
As of
current
currently in the
theme.
story. Why does that apply here? Why does that
Because
apply here?
parent and child is the theme of the Boruto series. Technically subject matter,
No,
but you
it's
get the
not.
point.
Why is it the
It's one
entire
of the
theme?
overarching themes.
It's not. That doesn't refer to the whole series, though, right?
Yes, it does.
It's in basically every arc.
The entire series.
Yes.
Yeah, the only arc it's really not overly present in would maybe be the OW arc, but every other arc it's very prominent.
Oh, so serious. So how do you feel when Boruto says like his own story happens?
That's another overarching theme that's actually not really that prominent in part 1 at all for some reason, but then
Well-
became prominent in part
Well,
2.
but even
Okay,
then,
and that's
this is my own story. And then what do we see with Boruto's own story? His relationship with his father immediately, and then throughout the entire story. So Boruto's story
He
is
does say the
Naruto's
first
story.
part of my story is about the story of me and my dad.
Yeah.
what
So
does he what
parent
does
and
he say
child.
after that, Kamui?
Huh?
What does he say directly after that, Kamui?
But this is my story, of which he proceeds to not tell his story. Because he tells the story of him and his dad.
No, that's not what he said. Hold on, let me go to it, bro.
Yeah, he says it just for a little bit, but it was not a little bit. It was 80 chapters.
Which was several years.
Okay, hold on. That's for okay. So for us, it wasn't a little bit, but in story, what he refers to was a little bit for him, especially because we do not know.
I don't know,
at
man.
what point-
Momoshiki's saying it's a long ways away for your prophecy, so these characters are clearly referring to different things.
Hold on. So Momoshiki's like concept of time in that context could be different. We don't
Yeah,
know
Which
yeah.
is crazy.
For
He's a 1,000-year-old
Momoshiki, it
man,
should
and he
be a
thinks it's a
little
long
bit.
ways
Oh
away.
my,
Meanwhile,
okay.
Boruto's 12 and he thinks it's
Yeah,
a little bit.
exactly.
Okay, so from now on, for my own sanity, I mean to stay calm as a person, let's listen to what I'm saying and actually let me finish. I knew you were gonna say that. That's why I said for Momoshiki in that context. In that context, Momoshiki could think it's a long period of time for that context. For example, I could say, oh, 2-3 days takes a long time for my phone to charge, right? But for someone to go us in like for a plane to go around the entire world, 3 days is a very fast time. It's, it's context heavy. That's why I said in context, Momoshiki could be saying that. I'm not talking about his general lifespan. No. Plus, we don't know when Boruto says this statement. He could be fucking 30, 40 years old when he's saying this. So yes,
Well,
60
no, we do know when
chapters
he
or
says
however
it.
long it was.
He says it during the Kwaki fight
When
in the flash forward scene. That is the
does know that.
time that he's narrating this. It's not ambiguous.
Wait, so if I go look at it, it's gonna be right there.
Yes.
Let's go see the note because I don't think that's true at all. I'll be honest with you.
Go look at it.
Let me see.
Unless I'm just blatantly wrong on
So,
that. Kamui, am I wrong on that? I don't think I am.
very much wrong on that.
Definitely seems like it's Boruto narrating it, to
No,
say
it's
the
not.
least.
No, it's not. Because Boruto's talking to Kawaki. He says, I'm a ninja. And then the next page, you see Kid Boruto, and then the narration starts. He's like, yep, I'm a ninja. But back then, like, what do you, like, no, it doesn't mean he's narrating in that point in time. He could still be a lot older looking back on the memories.
Okay,
So I'm
based
saying, like,
on
for
his
him, I know
voice,
for us, it
he's the
was
same
like
age
years.
in the anime. Both the dub and the
His
sub.
voice.
Yeah.
So back again, instead of just referring to a different continuity, talking about the manga here. So I'm just gonna completely ignore what you just said, right?
Uh-huh.
Again, I don't know how old he is, so the concept of time for him could be short.
Is there any indication that it isn't that time?
Does it matter? Wait,
Yes.
isn't what time?
The flash forward scene.
Is there any indication that it isn't?
Yeah. Like, is the narration off of the panels of the flash forward scene in their own separate panels? Or is a narration
Yeah,
on the
quite
flash
literally.
forward scene panels indicating it would be during that scene?
No, 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 it wasn't. That's my point. That whole page ends when Boruto puts his sword on, activates his Mangekyo Byakugan, and says, "I'm still a ninja." And then you go to a completely separate panel of Kid Boruto picking up his headband and going downstairs. And that's where he starts his dialogue. Completely different. There's just no indication saying it's the exact. He's like talking from that point in time back till now. So, as I was saying,
So
I don't know when.
so
So
why would
time could
we
be short
get
for him.
two different flash forward scenes in this case?
Where's the flash forward scene that you're
The
talking
first
about?
one being
The
Boruto
second one,
versus
at least.
Kwaki, the second one being Boruto's narration at some ambiguous time later.
I'd argue that that's not a scene, just a narration.
Why would they
And I
show
could
us
argue that
the flash
these
forward
are
scene if they just want to
both
do this narration?
the suspense. I don't know, like exactly what a flash forward scene does. Just shows you what's gonna happen later down the line.
Oh god.
So either way, um, I forgot what the original point was, but yeah.
So Rain,
I don't think
Boruto says just for a little bit, this is my story. What are you going to do if Two Blue Vortex is less than or equal 80 chapters?
um Boruto isn't a consumer of the story
Okay,
outside
actually that's a
of
good
his
point.
perspective.
Actually, no, that's a great
So
point. It's already too late. In terms of the in-universe
the
timeline, oh wait, no, never mind. I see what you're saying. It would be longer. So yeah, you'd be right in that case. Okay, I see what you're saying.
so yeah, we could have the exact same amount of chapters, but if in story it's longer, then it doesn't matter. So that's why I can't answer the question.
I
Even
got
if
you.
it's like even if it ends next chapter, if a passing of time is significantly longer than Naruto Next Generations,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
still would go along with it.
yeah.
So
Okay,
I
okay.
don't. So yeah,
Uh,
yeah, man. Um, this is interesting. I like talking to y'all boys, man.
thank you.
Not when y'all
Mm.
are reading the chapter, obviously, because it just becomes a yapatry. Bro, hold on. Let me see. What did Ibiki do? Because I remember y'all talking about it. Like,
He just beat
uh,
Boruto up.
Ibiki's the proctor of the first exams.
Oh,
I was surprised that like how much he seemingly like cared for Naruto. To be honest,
right? That's what I'm
I guess like
saying.
I guess he just had that. I guess he just
Oh,
had
this
that.
is hilarious. Okay, let me take a screenshot of this tweet I just happened to stumble upon by chance. This person literally is saying the same thing I said earlier. I'm putting it in chat right now.
Yeah.
That's like pure coincidence. It's not just us.
They beating the
Beating the
brakes off
brakes.
him.
Oh,
What happened to mind manipulation, EBK?
yeah, it's technique. I do remember.
Yeah,
He tortures
look,
himself for
that's
some.
exactly what I was saying.
I mean, maybe he was getting into it, bro. Maybe he just didn't get the chance to, man. That's the
But
shit come off
okay,
the start.
He indicated he was only going to do more physical damage
Kamui,
before
can
they
you
stopped him and said, "Oh, it won't work, bro."
Kamui, can you bring up the first thing we learn about Ibiki again? Just for Rain.
Oh, you mean the fact that like he doesn't use physical torture because he uses mind torture?
Yeah,
Was that why you said he doesn't remember the tuning exams?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting
Yeah.
pieces together.
Because that's
his whole
that's what he
thing.
that's why this person say weapon and mind manipulation Ibiki, because that's Ibiki's thing. He messes with your mind instead of messing with your body, and that's what makes him such a good interrogator. That's like his character
That's
thing.
why he's the written exams guy.
Well, you don't think it has something to do with like, no, I don't even want to see like. I'm trying to make it engaging about arguing here, but I don't even believe that shit. I just think he just didn't want him to do it. I'm gonna be honest. He just didn't want to
Then
write that
why
in.
have it
Maybe he
be
just genuinely different.
Ibiki? Of all characters.
He's a known interrogator. I don't know.
But that's just bad.
You know,
Yeah, because he's just acting out of character for no reason. Also, there's also the fact that, I mean, why especially, I mean, from Shikamaru's point of view, I understand, but from the Elder's point of view, why are they just using Ino's mind peek in your brain jutsu that Inoichi could do and just get the info regardless of what Boruto might say? Boruto is knocked out for some extended period of time that's unspecified. They had a chance. Aoba can do this jutsu, mind you, so you don't even need to be the top dog in the interrogation corps.
All I see when I see these panels is Sarada begging Rock Lee for training, and Rock Lee demands to only train Genjutsu. That's all I see when I see these panels. Thoughts, right?
to be honest, I was reading a comment.
Okay. Speaking of the
But
comment,
how do y'all feel about
I forgot we're
Shinji,
still
bro?
live.
I remember a lot of people was talking about it being Naruto, Kakashi, and everybody besides Shinji, who it obviously was supposed to be. What do
who
y'all think
made
about
the
that,
art for
man?
this? The thumbnail was really
Me.
cool.
Oh, let me do your thumbnail, bro.
This one. I don't remember who did. I don't remember where I got this one, but I got it very recently. It might be on Twitter. Rayn, do you remember?
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, that looks like Naruto explained.
That's
But
exactly what that looks like.
I don't
to be
think it
honest.
is because I wouldn't do that anymore.
I've seen a lot of your thumbnails that just
he
look
also would
like
have sent us a
Naruto anyway.
message.
I did add the 4 myself.
Yeah, I can tell.
I think I got this
I
on
can
like a
tell.
CBR article, which actually now we know could be Naruto Explained.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I did.
Holy.
That's hilarious. Anyways.
Oh.
800 views this stream. From chapter 1, Sakura was nowhere seen ever. Very good. Probably planned her
She's
to
just
think
there
chapter
conveniently
Naruto
when it
very
comes to healing
easily.
someone, and then she
think-
disappears again.
I'm pretty sure chapter 1 is the only chapter you see Sakura in. I don't know what he said.
No, you see her in a couple more chapters. You see her in chapter 35. They're talking about the Byakugo seal with her. You see her again when she goes to the flower shop with Ino. You see her when Sasuke comes back from the Jigen fight and she heals him. You see her healing Sarada in chapter 44 after the Boro fight. And then you don't see her again for 50 chapters.
I don't know
It
how I
was
feel
honestly
about
more
you
than I
just
remembered.
memorizing all
Off the top of my head.
this random nonsense he just has memorized. I don't know how I feel about it. He just knows everything that's
That's what I'm
useless.
saying,
That's what I'm
bro.
saying.
Every stream like this.
Yeah, if you need a useless fact about Naruto, come my way. I might have it for you.
Just knows this. This is crazy.
So, Rayn, what do you
Yeah,
think about Tsunade going to fight Pain despite needing to heal every villager in the village?
Are you sure she went fight Pain or Pain went fight her?
She did both.
She went to fight Pain.
For what I remember, she was on top of the Hokage thing and Pain just went
Yeah,
there.
then Pain blew up the village. She protected everyone, and she still tried to fight Pain before,
We,
Naruto
because,
said no. He beat up one of the Pats in front of her.
well, yeah, not only is she just the Kage, she also has like long range healing, which I don't think Sakura has via the fucking slug.
The Kage of what village?
That's not the point.
Konoha,
What Konoha?
Gakuri. There's multiple Konoha? What kind of question is that, bro?
No.
I mean,
no,
I sure didn't
The
see any
point is
village
that
after
there
Pain blew it
isn't
up.
multiple Konoha. It's not even
Well, yeah,
one.
Konoha is just one place. What do you mean?
Pain blew it up.
What does Naruto say when he
That's
first arrives in the crater?
I don't know. Why do we just know this useless information?
He said, Ma, or Granny Toe, whatever he calls her, where are we? Why aren't we in the Leaf Village? And then she says, Naruto, this is the Leaf Village. And that's like a holy crap moment for Naruto.
Wait, so
He
the
didn't even
Kamui-
recognize it.
Okay, so that's the Leaf Village. Yes, it's destroyed, but it's the Leaf Village, and there's still people needing to be protected. I'm confused. What's the point here?
Yeah, a lot
bro?
better than Sakura. Oh yeah, by the way, Rain, just so you know, nobody was injured in the Shinju invasion for Sakura to heal in the first place. So I really don't know what she's doing to be held up in the hospital anyway.
Where did you get that from?
Yeah, simple. Kira instantly one-shot killed the gatekeepers and then proceeds to fight no one that needs to get healed. Because Kawaki's fine. Team Konohamaru and Sarada, they don't need to get healed by Sakura. The only one Sakura heals is Inojin. And that's after the fact.
Okay, see what you said. So we didn't see them fight anyone. So no one got.
And it's not like there's any
severely
fights
injured.
off screen. It's not like Claw Grimes are attacking around the village. Hidari and Jura are the only ones fighting, and we see their entirety existence within the village.
So Sakura has no one to heal that from this invasion.
Real quick. If y'all trying to like back me into the corner just to admit that, I'm not going to because I don't disagree, but I don't think it's like I don't have as significant of a problem with it as y'all do because I'm pretty sure I understand the reasoning. I do think Sakura should be more invested into the story. I mean, implemented into the story than she already is.
Well, I think it's
I
both.
am a
She
firm
should also
believer
be
if she
more
was-
invested into the story. She's just happy-go-lucky up in that
Yeah, that's
hospital,
awesome.
not a worry in the world about her daughter.
Yeah, that's fair. But I'm a firm believer that if she was in the dimension with Jigen, Naruto, and Sasuke, that Jigen would have lost. I'm a firm believer. I think
I agree.
she should be there, but she just isn't. Which I think.
But that's the thing. If in like for example, yeah, they might have won if she was there for the Jigen fight. And that's fine if that's why Ikimoto doesn't want her there. All I'm asking is, right? I don't care how stupid it is at this point. Actually, write in the plot why she's not there. Don't just not address
Well,
it.
Rain, your reason for not including her is power scaling. When Sarada is speed blitz one-shotting Hidari the moment she arrives. I think we have
Well,
other power
I
scaling
got mellow.
issues.
Well, I don't. Well, that I don't see the power scaling issue. I'm gonna be honest, but I don't. Um. Dang, wait. What did you say before that? You threw me off with that, bro.
Sakura's going or not going for power scaling reasons, but Sarada's doing
Oh
this.
yeah, no, that's. I don't know. That's. I don't know why so many people have a problem with that. I don't. Anyway, yeah, my reason isn't power scaling personally. At least I don't think that's the reason they're going for. I just think there's like a new set of characters, and they just kind of tossed away the old ones, which I don't
Yeah,
think
but
is.
then you get like all I'm asking is just actually write them out. Just say they're like I'm grasping at straws, giving you the easiest outs in the world. Just say they're on a long-term mission. They're in freaking Redaku from the novels across the world. I don't care. Just say that they're not here, and that's that or whatever. Just because otherwise it just comes across as though they're just being like Ada and Damon during these invasions, and they're just watching TV while their kids are almost dying.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, no, that's fine.
we get
That's a
future
that's a
visions
very good
of the world being destroyed despite Ada and Damon
point.
being there. I can
What is
understand
he talking?
Ada and Damon not caring about the Earth and just letting it get destroyed because they don't care. The rest of everyone else cares, as we've seen time and time again.
Are you giving a hypothetical, or did that actually happen?
Well,
I don't remember that.
Koji's future visions, Kawaki gets fed to the Tintails. Ada and Damon
Right.
let that happen.
And Ada and Damon just didn't stop that from happening.
How do you know? Well, I know U's not gonna like what I'm about to say, but
I'm not even gonna
how do you know
humor
they?
that, Rayn. That's not
No, Rain. I'll make it
How
simple
you?
for you. No, Rain,
How
I'll make
you?
it simple for you. It's when you don't have to do this. In one of the visions Kochi saw, Code, it wins. He beats Boruto and Kawaki, and Damon, who has already shown himself to be way stronger than Code, let it happen. Ada and Damon didn't stop Code from devouring the planet in one of the visions Kochi saw. They just
Right.
let it happen.
I can still say pretty much the same thing. It's just gonna be a lot worse because of the character I'm gonna use.
Yeah, but that would just be contradictory to what we've seen.
Oh.
Why would Code be stronger than Damon
No,
all of a sudden when he got bodied without even using his reflection ability?
I was gonna use Kawaki, but look, use Code.
What?
Use
What?
Code.
What? Kawaki beats Damon, then goes on to lose to Code. That's your argument?
No, well, Kawaki has more ways to beat someone without killing them. The same thing he did to Naruto. Which,
So you think Kawaki sealed Damon away and then proceeded to lose the Code? Why did he do that?
well, no, I don't think. Well, there could be reasons we don't know why that would happen. I don't think that happened personally, but
It's definitely not how Koji explained it.
yeah, well, I personally don't think they stopped him. To be honest, because like if you look at what it means to like just throw the hold up, because I just thought of something. Wait, that's actually so funny.
If I'm being
My
honest,
fault. No,
Kawaki would just
I think
unseal
Damon was just
Damon before
chilling.
he loses. In the same way Code pulled out Damon as a last resort. Kawaki wouldn't just let that happen.
Well, if you ask me what I actually think happens in every single one, that I don't think is gonna happen in this one, I think Damon literally just sits back and then Kawaki ends up murking I mean not Kawaki. Code ends up murking Kawaki. And then he just takes him to the dimension someplace Ada and Damon cannot get to my knowledge at least.
But
Then the
again,
Ten Tails gets cooked.
Ada and
And then it
Damon
just dries up the planet.
let that happen.
I love what happened.
Just let Code do that.
Well, I mean, let Jerk beat up Kawaki. I don't see the problem.
That's weird too.
You think it's weird that Damon doesn't care for the life of Kawaki?
Ada
No, it's weird that
should.
Ada doesn't.
What? Do you think so?
Yes?
She expressed not a single panel of worry when
What if?
Jura was beating up Kawaki.
She's in
That's why I'm
love.
putting that into question because I don't.
She
Uh,
knows Jura is
no.
not only strong, but
Currently,
after Kawaki to devour him / feed him to the Tindels.
well, I think she like. Can I even
He
say
asked Delta to
that?
watch over him too, out of worry for Kawaki.
And then
Mm,
Kawaki fought and lost.
mm. Yeah, his shit cooked.
Yeah,
Mm,
exactly. It's even worse.
mm.
And unlike with the Code arc with Code's beating up Kawaki where she was getting all worried, girl didn't give a shit apparently.
Like,
Hey
why'd she
man,
go
she
in the
wasn't using her
prophecy arc
ability at
when
the
he
time,
might
bro.
be in danger, but doesn't go here when he is in danger?
Might be as crazy. The whole village were after him.
Yeah,
That man
was
was in
after
danger.
him,
But
not
look,
on
He
him.
wasn't being beaten up currently.
yeah, I mean, maybe she wasn't watching, bro, at the time, bro. I
She
don't
doesn't
know.
know. She was actually. She was literally watching as soon as he left. Kawaki even made a comment saying, "You're just gonna watch me with the sentry gun, right?"
Yeah.
See, this is my problem. We just remember everything. Like, how am I supposed to keep up with this, bro? I
but,
don't even remember.
but yeah, that's the problem. You don't.
I don't remember any conversation after that, bro. Be honest. I thought he just
I
went
think that's
there.
Ikimoto's problem.
Well, yeah. The fact that see, here's the thing. I remember random insignificant details and lines, but the fact that you don't remember it just goes to show that it's not a memorable or important thing that happens. AKA, they're not focusing on Ada's care about Kawaki at all. They're making it seem like she doesn't care, but then they're telling us that she clearly doesn't in other scenes.
Yeah, we know she cares. We've been shown plenty of
But she
times.
didn't care enough to stop Kawaki from being killed by Code in that one future.
Well, that's the thing. We don't exactly knows what happens, bro.
I mean,
For all you
Koji
know,
just says, Code
for,
just wins. He just beats you all up.
for all you know, Ada could have just got murked. We don't know. We literally just don't
But
know.
Code can't do that because he can't attack Ada because of the love charm.
It doesn't have to be code specifically. Again, I don't know. And I
You
don't,
really think the claw
I
grind
don't
beat
even
Ada and
know.
Damon? You know those things that Sarda's fire rising?
I didn't say Damon. I said
Let's
Ada.
remember the timeline where Code
Damon's
wins.
always with Ada.
Well, hang on, wait. The timeline
That's
where
not
Code wins
true.
isn't
That's not
ambiguous.
true.
This is in the prophecy arc.
Hmm?
The timeline where Code wins.
That is
It's
true.
in the prophecy arc. It's not some ambiguous time later.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just right
then
after Kawaki kills Boruto and Sarada, Code just shows up and devours Kawaki.
oh, that just helps.
Helps
What?
what?
Are you talking about like on the mountain?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know exactly how much after, but sometime not long after. But Ada can see when Code makes a move. She apparently just always pays attention at the right moment.
Uh, I don't know about that. That's kind of
I mean,
dragging that comment.
all I'm saying is, whenever something important was going on, Ada has always been watching conveniently. She always knows where to go in her sentry gun.
Duh. Give me an example.
Every single scene that's important, Ada has been watching since she's
Well, that's
been
what I'm saying.
awoken.
She can
If
even
she
find
like
the claw grimes in other dimensions.
what?
The
She
Tintel's
sees
dimension.
Code and Bug making the claw
Yeah.
grime and talking about them.
Even the Shinju.
Yeah, okay, that's what you're talking about. Okay, I was wondering. I'm talking about that. You said that made sense. Anyways, yeah, but like I was saying, I'm asking for an example of something that just spontaneously happens and she just watching. That's what like. If you're talking about like Code beating up Boruto, there's a reason she was watching him because she knew he was going there.
In the prophecy arc, she's just like watching Kawaki like go after Boruto,
Well,
just
yeah,
watching him, and then she like goes to him eventually. In the Two Blue Vortex,
well,
she's
yeah.
watching Boruto fight Kobe when Kobe shows up.
'Cause there's a
She's
direct
watching
announcement.
Boruto versus Mitsuki. Like,
Yeah, because
is
there's a
that the fight of
direct
the
announcement.
century?
That's the direct announcement. What was this? You did not name a single thing that fit the description of what I asked for. She knew those things were happening. Why wouldn't she be watching
Ada
Boruto?
was
Boruto literally
watching when
just
she
popped
was
up after.
literally asleep in her pod before being awakened in the code arc. She was watching the Ishiki fight.
That too.
What else? What else is she gonna do?
Sleep in her
That's
pod.
What else does she? What else does she do? That's all
huh?
she does. Watch
That's all.
scenes
That's
of people.
that's that's all she could do at that point in time. She could move. What do you like? I don't know what the point is for saying that. Like I was saying, there's no time where like something just happens and she's just on it.
Yeah, Code making the dude, bro. You know what she was doing when she saw Code making the clock rhyme? She was shopping. She was still doing it then.
Like, maybe she's just watching him like she said she would. I don't understand.
Nobody told her to do that.
Huh?
Code creeps her out.
She never even said she was going to do
Why would
that.
she watch her
Yep.
during her
Yes,
leisurely time?
she said she was going to keep an eye on Code.
And she can't keep an eye
She
off
never
him for
said that she was going to keep an
5 minutes to
eye on
go
Code.
yes,
shopping?
She
yes,
said
she
she
did.
told Code that like she can always find him, but she never said she was going to be keeping an eye on him.
Hold on. So she didn't tell him not to do anything funny because she was gonna. Hold on. Let me just find it.
And then the other thing is Ada doesn't know. I guess she would just see Mitsuki leave. Um well actually no. I don't know. She didn't know that Mitsuki like Kawaki wakes up behind her. She's just like, wait, what? She wasn't even paying attention to Mitsuki knocking out Kawaki apparently. But she was watching the fight.
Yeah, the target isn't Mitsuki, is Boruto. I don't know. I don't know why you're trying to draw the Mitsuki. She was watching Boruto and he fought Mitsuki. She wasn't watching Mitsuki and he fought Boruto. It's not the way around.
Wait, what?
Chapter is it? Chapter 71? Might be 71. Ugh. See, I keep forgetting the original point, man. This is so annoying.
What about when Shikamaru asks Ada to go see if Akabe was like real or whatever, and she just does that in like 2 seconds?
Who is that?
Amato's
Amado's
daughter.
daughter.
Oh, my fault, my fault. He said it weird. I'm used to people saying Akibi or some shit.
That's just them
But
saying it wrong.
yeah, my fault. That is possible, but I don't know. Um,
It probably is
wait, so
Akabi
That's like
wait, so
versus
saying
how
you're
would
used
Akebi.
to
okay,
hearing
but
them saying it's Sasuke. Okay.
wait, who
A lot of people
wait,
say
who
Sasuke.
is
It is
that?
kind of funny.
Or Sasuke.
Oh, that's sure, but um, why does that fit what I said?
The fact
That
she
doesn't at
knows
all.
when and where to check in like 2 seconds, she can just immediately do it.
Okay, well, she's listening to a conversation. A model gives a point in time, and you can just go and track behind a model.
But where does she? How does she know
Says 60
where
years.
to
She could
look?
just backtrack a model. What do you mean?
Okay. And like
Not
2
this deep.
seconds was
How
enough
do
to
you
confirm
backtrack
it.
a motto?
I mean, I guess it's a time ability. I imagine it doesn't take much time to use it.
She doesn't track people. She goes to places in time and just observes third person.
Well, yeah. Well,
She's
I
just
disagree
able
with
to
that.
just know exactly where to go. Like she doesn't have to think about it. She's just like, oh, I'm gonna look for Amato's daughter 12 years ago. Got it. Boom. I already know where to go. She just can do that.
Yeah, I don't see the problem with that.
I forgot the original
Wait,
point
why
at this
is
point.
I did too, bro? This is always happens. Let me read another comment